and welcome to the second video in the Tes Career Clinic series, International Edition. I'm Grania Hallahan and I'm here to walk you through all your teaching career related questions with a little bit of help from teachers and school leaders who we've got on hand to share their wisdom and experience with us. Today we've moved one step further down that job application road. You know you definitely want to move on, you know what job you want. Now we need to think about job hunting. Job hunting, when you're looking at international positions, can feel like it's not just a different ball game, it's more like a different sort of sport entirely. There are many more considerations to take into account. Relocation packages, different schools use various different exams, GCSE, IGCSE, IB, etc. So, how can you make this easier on yourself? You should have already performed a SWOT analysis that I spoke about in the last video. Now is the time to get your details in order and work out your 3-point plan. Right, the first part of your plan needs to involve contracts. You need to check what your teaching contract says about moving on and see what you need, when you need to give notice by. Secondly, if you've decided that you want to move to a new country, find out the visa requirements and the cost of living for teachers there. We've got some blogs on the Tes International Careers Advice page to help you with that kind of thing. Thirdly, give yourself planned time to get job hunting. Don't assume it is something you can do in the evenings or at the end of a long day. Put aside proper time and make sure you filled in your career profile on Tes Jobs and you've signed up for email alerts so you're getting notifications for the jobs you might be applying for as soon as they go live. In order to get some further insight into this really important part of your teaching career, we've spoken to an international teacher.
Hi, I'm Felicity Percival. I teach at St Christopher's School in Bahrain. In an international school, things are a bit different to how they are in the UK. Contract renewals come out in sort of November time, and you have to make a decision before you've actually got a new job that you're going to leave. For me personally, I had a long lead up to it because I knew there wasn't much internal movement for me. So I'd already made my decision when I came back in the September that it was going to be my last year this year. So I actually told my boss, my immediate line manager, on the first day of the school term that it would be my last year, and then you go and see your head and everything. But generally you have this nervous wait between sort of October to December where contract renewals are coming out, making decisions, and you haven't yet started interviewing for jobs. So there's can be about 3 months where you're technically unemployed. If you've decided to leave and your school turn around and say to you, oh, we'd like you to stay, what can we do to make that happen? I think you have to be really clear with yourself as to what your reasons were in the first place for wanting to leave, especially when you're teaching internationally, because it's not just leaving a job, it's leaving a home, a country, everything that goes with that. So I think perhaps in the UK it's slightly easier to change schools. In the international teaching, it's obviously sort of more factors that have to be considered with that. I think with everything though, you have to be really clear in terms of action and timeframes. And I think that's really important to sort of look at your timeframes, look how happy or unhappy you are going to be with the timeframe that you're being offered for promotion, progression, different opportunities. And I think I'd be always wary about being pigeonholed within one role, within one responsibility. Because I think, you know, because you get known for a certain aspect of your career, it can be then hard to change that within the school environment that you're in. So if you're known for your curriculum management, it can be sometimes hard in the same school to go into a more pastoral capacity, and I think you have to bear that in mind as well. So the benefits of going for a promotion internally rather than changing school can obviously be with the processes, the staff, etc., and sort of knowing where the land lies. I've been really lucky in the 2 schools that I've worked in. I've had experience of coming in as a new member of staff and applying for promotions, and then sort of being internally promoted as well. And I think sort of when moving internationally, I would say go in at your level, because you already know the job quite well, and it's less that you have to get to grips with. I think once you're internally within the school, it's really good to get promoted internally, because as I said, you know the processes, you know sort of the students, the teachers, and you've had that chance to sort of take a year, maybe 6 months, to see, okay, this is where we are currently at, this is how we could progress it further. I think sometimes if you're going into a brand new school in a brand new role, you want to change everything and you don't necessarily value what's already in place and working well.